Today, I'm going to talk about how to do meditation. Meditation is a technique which is greatly misunderstood by most of the spiritual seekers. Meditation is a technique to find your own inner peace, harmony, and your own conscious self. But most of the spiritual seekers misinterpret meditation as attentiveness to something. They believe that they have to concentrate on something. Meditation is greatly misinterpreted because of these wrong notions. Today, my whole emphasis is to throw light on how to do meditation so that we can effectively realize ourselves. So in meditation, the very first thing which a spiritual seeker has to follow is not to concentrate on something. Because when you concentrate on something, then one part of your mind is attentive and rest of the mind is absent. For example, put it in this way. If I split your mind into 10 parts, when you're concentrating on something, you're using one part of your mind, and remaining 9 part of your mind you're not utilizing, and you cannot attain meditation unless you transcend your whole mind. And transcending mind is not difficult, but in order to transcend mind, one has to drop the idea of concentration. So, when you try to sit in meditation, do not try to concentrate on something. Otherwise, you will be blocking your mind. The basis of meditation, no matter what kind of techniques you are using, always remain the same. And there are a lot of meditation techniques available. no matter what kind of meditation techniques you're following, the very basis of meditation remains the same. And I'll touch on those basics today. The very first thing in meditation is relaxation. So, when you sit in meditation, you have to find a body posture where you are least aware of your body. When I say least aware of your body, I mean where your body is at utmost ease. Some people find it lying down at ease. Some people find it at ease when they are sitting. But you have to find your own way in which your body is at utmost ease. The second basic step after relaxation is observation in meditation. And when I say observation, it's not something that you have to observe somebody. In meditation, we observe our own self. We observe our own mind. And if I further go down into the mind, what I mean to say is one observes one's own thoughts and emotions. This step in meditation is the most crucial and most critical part, where most of the spiritual practitioners make mistakes. So the very first thing which is spiritual seeker has to be aware of on observing one's mind is that you have to observe yourself with a non-judgment attitude. And when I say non-judgment attitude, I mean to say that when you watch your own ideas, when you watch your own thoughts, when you watch your own emotions, you don't have to say that this is good or this is bad. No idea is good or no idea is bad. All the ideas happening in your head is a result of your long human conditioning. All ideas which happen in your mind are not yours. Our misery is mainly because of our identification with these thoughts. We say that this is my idea. We stamp our ideas, and then we constantly evaluate our own ideas. This is good or this is bad. And suitably, we have divided our mind into a lot of categories: good, manners, bad manners, courtesy, non-courtesy, and so on. Our mind is split into so many categories of good and bad that when you will start observing yourself, you will not be able to help yourself to again categorize your ideas. And when I say you will not help yourself in categorizing those ideas, all I mean to say is you will not be able to help yourself in being swayed away with these ideas. And in this step of observation during meditation, a spiritual seeker has to totally stay away to evaluate oneself. One has to have a non-biased and non-judgmental attitude. Let me explain it with a little example so that you can understand a little bit better about what I'm trying to say on observation. Most of the spiritual seekers, when they try to observe their own mind, very soon mind clings to the awareness by swaying the awareness away, by capturing its attention, because you feed by saying that this idea is good or this idea is bad. And when one is observing, one has to be simply aware of not only our ideas and emotions, but we have to be simply aware of the replication of the conditioning of our minds too. So during observation, our observation has to be complete. And when our observation is complete, we just stand aloof from our mind and look at our ideas without concluding it good or bad. Just like as if somebody sit by the side of the road and watch the traffic going by without saying anybody good or bad. Just like as if somebody sit by the seashore and start watching the waves of the sea going up and down without trying to evaluate the height and velocity of those waves. Simply that's what a seeker has to do while observing one's own mind. And if we could know, we could learn the very knack of observing ourselves, then slowly and slowly a silence will descend over you. And this silence is you. Because what happens during observation is you are watching your own ideas, your own thoughts, and your own emotions. And underneath these thoughts and emotions is your consciousness. Like as if you see the waves in the ocean. Compare these thoughts and emotions with the waves of an ocean. There are big waves, there are small waves. But underneath there is one ocean. So there are good thoughts, there are bad thoughts. But underneath, undoubtedly, there is an ocean of awareness, who you are. And one's endeavor is to identify or to taste the ocean which is underneath these thoughts and emotions. So when one knows the art of observation, then slowly and slowly the intensity of thoughts will slow down. In the beginning, there will be a rush of thoughts. There could be so many thoughts that one can feel oneself crazy. But if you just keep on observing them without having a judgment or a biased attitude towards your thoughts, then slowly and slowly you will start transcending your thoughts and your emotions. And you will start getting a glimpse of your own self. And in spiritual journey, a point comes if one observe rightly, where thoughts will start dwindling. Now one could experience some gaps. One thought has gone and another has not come in yet. And in between these two thoughts, you get a taste of yourself. And meditation is nothing but a technique to taste yourself. Once you know the taste of yourself, that taste is so divine that it will start calling you. To know oneself is so divine that now you wanted to achieve it again and again. But this will only happen if our observation is right. If our observation is without any judgment. And in the last state of meditation, which is called as enlightenment, you reach to a point where you are fully aware. Without any thoughts, without any emotions. So you are one with your own ocean of awareness. And to be in that ocean always is enlightenment. And the technique to reach to that ocean is meditation. So, in meditation, there are three basics which one has to remember. The very first, which one was discussed, was relaxation. So your body has to be totally relaxed. There has to be no pressure on your body of any kind, or there has to be no sensation of your body while you're doing meditation, so that you can go beyond your body. 2, you should know the right knack of observation. And when I say the right knack of observation is observing one's mind with a non-judgmental attitude. By just observing one's own thoughts and emotions without interfering with them, or without saying that this thought is good and this thought is bad. Just let them pass by. If a bad thought happens, it's good. You are just a watcher. If a good thought happens, that's good too. You are just a watcher. If a frustrating emotion comes by, if a dreadful emotion comes by, again, you are just a watcher. And if a fascinating, loving, romantic emotion goes by, still you are a watcher. Don't lose your awareness in any kind of good or bad idea, or any kind of dreadful or fascinating emotion. And then slowly and slowly you will see that a silence will start happening to you. You enter into a new dimension of stillness. Where there is no sense of I am. Where you are one with the whole, or you are the whole. But that will only happen if you will start it right. And what is needed is right mindfulness in meditation. What is needed is right awareness in meditation to transcend one's own mind. In the beginning, you will see that one part of the mind is watching the other part of the mind. But then in the end, the whole mind is being watched by something unknown. This unknown is what you are. This unknown is your being. This unknown is what we are longing for.